and the ancestors are looking out for us. God Hayes is exposing them, man.
Okay, you see that chair right there? See how big it is?
Yeah.
Now look at the Pope chair under it. Scroll down, look at the Pope chair under
Never have it been made so clear.
Young TV. Young.
We running the game right now.
Young TV.
Time to take over.
Young
We the hottest in the game. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you just not tuned in.
TV.
Share, like on your Instagram, Facebook.
Young TV.
If you tuned in, we broadcasting live from 2030, baby.
Young TV. Young
Taking over the game, baby. Oh yeah.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Young TV.
Get them likes up in the air, you heard me?
Young TV.
Ride by. Hotel Islam.
Young TV.
Assalamu alaikum. Flow letter.
Young TV.
Hit that like.
Hey, Rabbi, peace and love and harmony. We're going to be on live tonight with Chief Skype 8 at the North Gate, right? When we knock, you better bump straight at 9 o'clock, so you don't want to miss that. We came here to talk to you about these suckers and these parasites, these parasitic suckers, man, and their systematic rule of control. And, you know, like I say, all their moves are classical. You know, they use nothing but classical moves, man. The same 3-4 moves. They don't got no other moves. And one of their favorite moves is get his own people to do them. Get his own people to take them down, man. And you go through the list, and you see on their list of the people that they got took out, it's made to look as if their own people took them down, right? Even if you go with, even for my Bible guys that go with the Jesus scenario, where his own right-hand man, Judas, took him down. So it's the same tactical moves. Now, we're going to really get, I can't wait till we get on tonight, man, because I got a whole bunch of questions for Chief. And we got some clips. We're pretty much going to be having a meeting at Big Mama's house, talking about the origin of Thanksgiving. We already got a tape called The Origin of Thanksgiving. And we're going to get more into it. I'm going to say some of the stuff I got to comments on that I got to say about that. But these guys, they the type of guys that once you find out the truth, they'll say, man, you know, what, like, it's voluntary compliance. They say, you know, why you want to go off and be, ain't you happy being black people? And then when we figured out, well, we ain't black people. And yeah, that's another thing. For the people that's coming in, that's new to the channel, all the people that's old to the channel, especially my Moors, when they see that I'm putting black on some of the titles, bear with us. Like I said, bear with us. We got something, we working something there because of the algorithm and how they really hate the word more. And so if I put more there, they'll shadow ban me to the, it will get 2-3 plays on it, right? It only get the plays that the people that normally watch it, right? So what we're doing is when we put the word black there, it's kind of like to draw people in that ain't familiar with what's going down and what went down, and then hopefully that'll lead them to the end of the rainbow. right? Where you figure out, hey, well, this is all, sanctum, we can get into it. How they robbed us. This is a jack move. Black is a jack move. You know what I'm saying? Who jacked us? We're gonna get into all that tonight, man, because Monta Oka is a key pivot point here in us getting jacked. People don't want to talk about the Monta Oka. Why they steady giving you the Pocahontas story over and over again, and they gave it to you in the movie Avatar. That's the same storyline. Well, this dude in the Avatar, right? That look like them but ain't them, right? He looked like the dude in the movie Avatar. He looked like them, but he's somebody else, and that's the same thing that happened to us. These reptilians, listen at me now. These reptilians came in human dark-skinned avatars over to our land and began doing what they do. Don't get it twisted. We already told you who these guys were in the book of Revelations. We call it the Injil. Revelations chapter 22, verse 9. Revelations chapter 3, verse 9, where we said they are the synagogues of Satan. Now, who is Satan? If you go down, scroll on down to chapter 12, verse 7, it says that this being was a dragon. So it stands to reason that if you tie Revelations chapter 12, verse 7 in with Revelations chapter 2, verse 9 and 3, verse 9, where it says that they are the synagogue. Synagogue is like a building or a house or a body, a temple, pretty much. It's a Jewish church, pretty much, right? But we go on as symbolic that it's a vessel, a car, a body, and then this body is the spirit of Satan is in that body. So reptilians and human cars. It's pretty much what it's telling you right there. Telling you that these guys were reptilians or dragons in human bodies. That's what it's telling you, man, right there in Revelations if you read real good. And Michael and them was fighting against these guys. And these guys came, they was the Romans. They started roaming around, the Etruscans, and then they set up a religion. And out of that religion, they created two other religions because you got to have three to legitimize the alchemy, right? We got to have three to legitimize the alchemy in this dimension. So they had to set up the other two to legitimize their scheme and scam. And me and Rod gonna get into it because the guy that put the play on us is King James. All these brothers out reading the King James Bible, and then they think like they promote the King James, but King James is the guy that put the play on us. He put the play on the real Israelites who was over in America. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, they found the real Ark of the Covenant over here. That's what they don't want to tell you, man. Smithsonian Institute did a good job. And the church is in on it. But it's a systematic rule of control. We went over to Africa and showed you 9 African leaders who got themselves whacked for trying to cut off the black hand, white glove. And if you look close to who all was making the plays on these guys, half the time it was their own people. But the black hand used this white glove to puppet these guys into putting these other guys out of business. Systematic control. Just like Abraham from Burkina Faso now, who's over Burkina Faso. They don't like him because he taking out the Thomas, right? But it's like this. Like he said, when an African leader comes stand up and try to do something like Muhammad Gaddafi or all the rest of them that tried to cut off the black hand from stealing and robbing and raping and pillaging their people, and pretty much the pimp hand. It's the pimp hand. You try to cut off the pimp hand. You gotta go watch that tape that I put out called King Leopold P. and how he did South Africa, how he did the people in the Congos for that rubber. right? You got to go watch that, man. But these guys, when you try to cut off the hand, they try to put. They said like Abraham said when they came out to him. He said they warned him that, hey, what you doing? The same thing Thomas did, and you see what happened to him. What you trying to do is the same thing that Muhammad Gaddafi did, and you see what happened to him. This is a rule. This is how they keep control. They make an example out of you. That's the number one. They say number one goal. They got to make an example out of you. That's why all the people that get assassinated, they film it. They got it on tape, man. And they have show it to you to make an example. They showed you Rodney King, like Doc said, they showed us Rodney King getting beat down for 2 hours. Who was out there filming it? The guy all of a sudden had a camera, that's all of a sudden right then to film that. And I don't think it was cell phones like it is now, back then with cameras on them. So who was out there with a camera just at that specific time? I don't think they had, the cops had cameras on their self. So like Doc said, who was out there filming it right then? Unless it was part of making an example out of him. So everybody else can see, because that's part of the Willie Lynch syndrome. Go back and study the Willie Lynch letter. The Willie Lynch letter goes into, hey, do this in front of everybody so they can see and witness, right? And they can witness it and be in terror and be in fear. That's another method. That's another methodology of their control, fear, right? Muhammad Gaddafi, he got took out because of, the gold thing, but more than that, Operation Mad Dog is stimulated from, hey man, Muhammad Gaddafi, the elite bankers had their meeting. Shout out Fourth Elder, right, Brother Love. The elites had their meeting, right? And they sit down, they say, man, this dude is giving people a percentage of the oil revenues every month in their account. Every living citizen is getting a cut of the oil revenues. Man, that's a madman. Who would do something like that? Then he said he's terrorized Muhammad Gaddafi. This was the elite saying, the black hand, the guys that the Pope kissed their shoes. They right over there in Africa, hiding in Morocco, right over there, right? They say, because look, I know they hiding in Morocco and the Ivory Coast now because I got another connection. When the old boy that took out Thomas Sakutura in Burkina Faso, the guys who put him up to it, they was hiding in the Ivory Coast. And hey, look, they gave him a death sentence, but and a life in prison, but the Ivory Coast protecting him. He hiding out over there. And then I thought about it. I said, man, the dude that was involved with setting up Noble Drew Ali, Lomax Bay, with they sent him over there to hide out with these same guys. And I'm starting to put it together. I ain't gonna talk too much on that until I get it all put together. But I'm piecing it together. Telling you, man. But they said these elites sat around and said Muhammad Gaddafi is terrorizing the people of Libya with free healthcare and free electricity. Man, he terrorizing the people. I'm with Rod Hayes, Lomax Bay, man. He was working with the government, working with the court to kill the clowns to help set Noble Drew Ali up with the dude Clyde Green Bay. Clyde was nailing I think that was Mary Ali. He was nailing Mary behind Noble Drew Ali's back, so he already had a vendetta. But the people, we hear different storylines of how he got killed, but the official story from several different witnesses is that Clyde Green Bay and two other guys stabbed Noble Drew Ali up after he got to the hospital. I mean, after he got beat down by the police in hell and then released. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm going back to their system of control is to make an example out of you. So if you look at how they took out Muhammad Gaddafi, how they filmed it, they paraded him down the streets with his head busted all open. They murdered him and showed his body. It was graphic. The Muhammad Gaddafi murder by his own people allegedly is graphic of how they filmed it. So I'm just saying, going back to Rodney King, the Rodney King beatdown, where they beat Rodney King for like 2 hours, Doc said, on camera, right? And then I think he got what, $5 million, and then later on he get found in the pool, drowned in the pool. So you put it together. They gotta make an example out of you, saying that he got that money, but look at him, he died as a sucker in the pool. That's how they make it look like it, man. Even Bill Cosby, they got to make an example out of him because he bucked against the master when he didn't want to sell his land in, like it's in Philadelphia. They had all that oil reserve on it. So they were going, what they gonna do? We're gonna steal it anyway. We're gonna go to the guy across the street and horizontal wield it. I don't even know about horizontal wielding. That means, like, say you got some land, they come offer you some money for the mineral rights. You don't want to sell it because they know it's all right there, right? So they do is they go find the closest neighbor to you, sell it to them, and then they horizontal well off your land and steal your oil. These are crooks we're dealing with. And like I was telling the brother today, earlier today, that America was started by criminals. You gotta keep this in mind. United States Corporation was started by criminals, right? And who are those criminals? Those criminals were brought over in 1715 by the British, who were really Moors, King George and them. And eventually, well, that was King George first, really. They were Moors, King George first. Leading all the way up to 60 years later, King George III taking over. And these convicts from England get mad. They were criminals. Getting mad at the British. And then starting the American Revolution, 1773. Breaking free from them and then turning on us. Start taking our land. Criminals doing treaties with us and they ain't gonna honor the treaty. They do a treaty with us 2 weeks later, they dishonor the treaty as soon as we sign it. And what they say? They say, oh, well, small print right here says that as soon as you sign 2 weeks later, if you don't pay us for this amount of such and such, we can take your land. It's always a small print with these guys. Even on their checks from the bank, it's a small print on the line that you sign. If you take a magnifying glass to it, it's a words there at the bottom. I'm telling you, that's who these guys are. They are crooks at the highest form, in its highest form. And I hope that we get into me and Rod tonight, that we get into the Pocahontas story, who was really Monteoka, and John Rolfe, right? Who put a baby in her, took her to Graceland, England, allegedly threw her overboard. We have different stories, versions of that too. Some Rod says she survived, right? But some of the elders say that they threw her overboard, and that they brought the kid. They loaded all Thomas Rolfe, who was Pocahontas' son, and his dad's, and all their family members on that side, loaded them up from England, Graceland, England, and they came back over here and set up shop from that point, using him because Monteoka was the Parliament princess of the 5 Confederate tribes. So it's like they were tricksters. It goes along, some of that stuff that they taught about the Yaku story and what he taught them as to be tricksters, the trick of the trade, the trick or treats. Because a trick or treaty, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what they were. They really were trick or treaties. Because they give you a treaty and then next week they taking your land. I'm telling you, man. These guys, and then not only that, the system of control. Every time they show you natives, even if you Google it, they always show you the lightest people they can find. They never show you us, the real people. Even AI is half racist. When you type in, show me some Native American, they're going to show you the whitest guys they can find. Right? Unless you type it a certain way. Right? But it's like this. The Olmecs were dark skinned. The original Mayans were dark skinned. The original Aztecs were dark skinned. They got these people on the wall down there. They don't want to show you the walls paintings, but they show you they show you our children who are descendants of the Mayans and Aztecs, who are the Mexicans, right? They mix with Hoshin. Hoshin, they don't never talk. Why they don't tell you about Hoshin selling over, who was dark like us? And when Hoshin mixed in with us, they still was they was almost darker than us still. We are the real red man. We are the real red man, the copper tone man. We're not the black man. We the red man. If you want to be real color, you're not the black man. You the red man. I'm telling you. You the one, the copper tone, the red penny tone people, the Mississippi red clay dirt people. I put a tape out about the Shinnecocks earlier. The Shinnecocks descend down from the Olmecs, which is a mix with the Watusis, who was already over here in America for 30,000 years. They already found came clean about the caves in Illinois where they found the Phoenicians who had built boats. They were craftsmen of boats, these Phoenicians, master seamen. And if you look up the Shinnecock, they'll tell you the same exact storyline about them, about that they were master seamen. They sailed up and down, and the Shinnecock, they try to, that's another thing, because it's a system of control. They try to tell you that the Shinnecock land was only in New York, Chicago, Detroit area. No. That wasn't just their land. They populated all up and down the Mississippi River. Why? Because they made boats and they brought the copper from up there down here. They already proved it. So the Shinnecock was they populated all of Mississippi. They make up part of the old Mississippian tribes, the Shinnecock people. And so not only that, this week we're gonna be doing I'm dropping a lot of Native American tape, so just bear with us. We're gonna put out tomorrow. Well, it'll be Thursday. I'll be dropping the Black Seminoles, and then the Utah. We're gonna put out about 10 tapes this week on just different Native American tribes. So stay tuned for that. And what else I gotta say? Yeah, we're gonna be live tonight with Rod, man. But this is what they did, man. They made everybody white. They made everybody light as they can find them. When they know for a fact that the Nubians populated the whole earth, everywhere. Ain't no way you couldn't go without us. And that's why they even tried to go to the moon, but some Nubians was already there. Yeah, the lunar people that was already on the moon. I got a tape coming out about that called A Story of Luna. They was already on the moon. And they were really mixed people, like Hindus mixed with these Troglodytes. They came from Mildic, but they lived on Pluto at first. Then they lived on Titan. And then they migrated to the moon. Well, they migrated to Earth first, then allegedly this is how the story goes. He blew half part of the Earth off to create the moon. We got that story coming out, right? It says, but look, yeah, we the real red people. If you look at your skin, a lot of y'all that's real native, you really red copper tone, a brownish reddish copper tone, like a penny. A penny got a reddish color to it. We the real red man. We ain't the black man. The black man is an African. And really, I can't say the black man really African, because the black man really is them dirty jokers that came over. They really dark black jet avatars with curly hair. Yeah. And they were the people that landed on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. And bang, let's kill him after that. Because he's saying too much right then. Because he was really implying that, hey, we was already here. Somebody landed on us. 1604. Right? They came in on a boat. They came in selling hope. That sound close to dope. You know what I'm saying? That sound close to dope, man. Hope sound close to dope. And they came talking business, but they was really came in to stealing kidneys. And then a little bit after that, Kids been missing at Walt Disney's. I'm telling you, man, kids been missing at Walt Disney's. And these are the same guys that came in 1604 that's in on all of it. And then they went to Utah and hide and started calling themselves the Mormons. Would you believe it? Mormons. And then they set up shop to with the Knights of Templar and guarded our gold reserves, which is really at Mount Rushmore. Yeah, Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore. And for all you suckers out there, you can go off all you want and get mad and but most of y'all are Moors. They don't like that word. I'm telling you, man, they get all uptight. They cheeks squeeze their cheeks tight and everything when you say that. You can say whatever else. They don't like you saying the word more. And they do a systematic ritual every certain amount of years or every year called the Mamas Parade. There's other parades around the world in Europe where they break their face black, put a fez on their head, and march in a parade and crack jokes like clowns. Because they are the clowns. They are the clowns. They are the clowns who rock our crown like they know about the mounds. But they're a whole bunch of clowns. And these same killer clowns run the circus and they set up Walt Disney and the Disney, all these theme parks for the kids, because that's what they're after. That's why they holding the kid in front of all their hospitals. A lot of this might go over your head. And they've been looking for the kid. They even got a storyline with doing, if you want to go with the storyline in the Old Testament about Moses, they was looking for some kid to kill him. And then when Joshua come, they looking for him to kill him. The same type of guys. And they some mad guys, some mad scientists who later break off and started with the church and become the Knights of Templar. And they alchemists, y'all. And if you look up the symbol for the Umbrella Corporation, which is on the Zombie Apocalypse games and all that, and then put it next to the Knights of Templar symbol, you will see clearly it's the same symbol. So these guys are chemists. That's what an alchemist is, a chemist. And so now you will figure out, okay, the CIA is connected, it's the Knights of Templar. Let's put the symbols next, you'll see. And then you'll figure out, oh, they chemists. So that explains why they're moving the drugs, because these guys are alchemists. That's why they put the drug. That's why they doping us up. Knights of Templar alchemists. Dope is a part of alchemy. The new weed, which is a poison, is a part of alchemy. It's got poison on it now. That's why you starting to feel funny when you smoking that shit now. I'm telling you, man. 2026, they're gonna try to I'm telling you, man. Zombies, motherfucker, go turn into zombies. Hey, go watch a movie called All the King's Men. When the people that were smoking the drugs, they all face turned purple. All King's Men. And then she ground a human up and put them in a hamburger grinder. Go watch. I think it's All King's Men 3, right, y'all? All the King's Men 3. Go watch it, man. Look at they try to cut me. You know we on them. But then look, so you'll figure out why the guys who putting the dope on the streets is the Knights of Templar connected with the Alphabet Boys, which go back to who, because the Knights of Templar protects the church. So keep them drugged out, asking for Jesus. It's the whole game, man. Keep them drugged out, waiting on Jesus to come back, while we keep them in a perpetuated state of debt through the Federal Reserve System, which serves the fiat, which you ain't doing nothing but transferring debts. And that's why the national debt is $31 million, whatever, $1 trillion. I'll tell you. And the Pope saw it, but the Pope felt bad about it in 2014 and wrote a letter, told him to stop doing it. Stop, please, just go on, give it stuff to Obama. Obama's in the crook, and being that he's one of them guys mentioned in Revelations 2:9, right? That's a synagogue, Satan in a synagogue, a reptilian, a dragon, and Avatar. So he don't care about what the Pope said. Because the Pope that put that together was a dragon and an avatar. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. So they want to kick this off by trying to make things right. That's what they all do. But it's too late for that. Right? The guy that took out Bob Marley come clean right before he died to try to clean his heart chakra. No, it's too late. You can't come clean. It's too late for that. The lady Carol, who had Emmett Till, lied on Emmett Till and had him killed, right, by her husband and her husband's brother, right, come back right before she about to die and says, "Oh no, they was wrong. He didn't do none of that. What they said. No, it's too late for that now. It's too late. No, we don't want to hear it. We already knew you was lying. We ain't want to hear it. Don't tell us." The guy, I can go on and on. Even the dude that killed John F. Kennedy, come clean on his deathbed. Allegedly, the guy who's the guy from Majestic 12 that flew out the window, that allegedly jumped out of his 13-story window or something. Foster, what his name is, Forrest, James Forrester. James Forrester came clean about the Majestic 12, saying that they was getting booty with Graves and getting booty with a whole bunch of other aliens that grossed him out. And then right after he said that, boom, he fly out of his 13-story window at the hospital. You know what I'm saying? But after two guys in black leaving out of his room. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this is what's been going on. So, like somebody left a comment on the Muhammad Gaddafi tape where they said that the curse have hit America with Trump. That Trump is the new Muhammad Gaddafi. Like he gonna terrorize the American people with $2,000 a month. Where he giving us some $2,000 check now for every stimulus, right? He gonna terrorize the people with that. He finna create a monetary system where you don't be broke no more. In this monetary system, this new system where you gonna actually gain natural wealth, have your money, your gold, right? This new monetary system. Look on because I'm on that. We own them. So I'm gonna say this because we get too touchy. We all get back here with Rod, but he's the new mad dog of the West. The monetary, the elites, guys that do what Trump do, they put a bullet on him like they did Abraham Lincoln. Try to print his own greenback, man. You can't go out and do that. JFK, same thing. Try to go out and print his own greenback. Fitzgerald, same thing, man. Guys even mention this type of stuff get picked off. So don't you don't I know you ain't surprised that Trump already been getting shot at. It's the same guys. Let's put it in it's the same guys that shot at Kennedy, that shot at all the rest of them guys. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all of them. They getting in the way of the money, man. Keep in mind, mob is connected with this. We ain't gonna say too much on it. The mob is some of the main hit guys for the Knights of Templar. A lot of the night mob is Knights of Templar. But you ain't hit, but you don't hear me though. Like C Murder said, man. You don't hear me though. Yeah, so you wondering how the mob get a tape Muhammad Ali talking about he a Muslim, and they use that to try to get him to throw a fight. Right? And they would go bet other guy and win them millions of dollars off the fight. But Muhammad Ali didn't throw the fight. Why? Because Bumpy Johnson got the tape back from the mob. Yeah. For Malcolm X. How's the mob coming up with CIA and FBI tapes of recordings of Malcolm X in the Mosque number 7? How did the mob get there? Unless they connected with the FBI and CIA. Everybody working against us. It's been everybody working against us. All these trying to cut me. They know I'm on them. All these races come over here and rush against the blacks, the black coloreds, Negro coloreds, right? You got Chinese come over here, sell you Chinese food and nails and all this stuff. Koreans sell you hair. The Chinese doing all the nails, the Koreans doing all the nails and selling hair. Everybody's selling you something, even the Africans. And you still think you African? I remember I went to a place with one of my African partners, right? Because the Africans are our cousin. We don't got nothing against the Africans. Somebody asked us, "Did y'all got something against the Africans?" No. We fighting the same fight as the Africans. They got colonized too with the South African apartheid. Nelson Mandela. Go look at we got a whole playlist called the African Cultures. You think we ain't that? We're looking out for Africans too. They want to learn what happened to them. And keep in mind, the people who came to the Dutch in the South African apartheid, they were dark-skinned black avatars that came over to cause the South African apartheid. They were blacker than the Africans, these guys. They look like dark-skinned Hindus. That's what they look like. Black dark-skinned Hindus. The guys, the Dutch, that supposedly came over and colonized. It wasn't white people. Like you think. They call themselves the free white man, but they don't look white to me. You know what I'm saying? They look more like black. Dragonians and avatar and bodies, like the Revelation said. Revelations 2:9. They are the synagogues of Satan. Go to Revelation 12. Satan is a dragon in a house, in a temple. That's why they can eat children, drink their blood, drink all this adrenochrome. So they can eat mermaids, eat all kind of stuff that probably gross you out. They can do it because they ain't humans. That's why. We not African American. That's that Jesse Jackson miss. You know, say a lot. That's that. I am somebody. You African or you American? Which one? You pick one. And if you go to Africa, Flicks, shout out Trap Flicks. I'm trying to get Trap Flicks on for an interview. He said he just went over to he was living in Burkina Faso, and he said he got treated like crap over there, as far as how owning land and all that. You ain't know, and pretty much forced him back over to America, because you ain't no African. That's the game. You ain't no African. You're akin to the African, though. The African is your cousin. But y'all the chosen people. Y'all most superior in a form. Because if you look at it, go look at when they had the Olympics. Who dominate the most? The American Negroes. We dominate the most in everything, a lot of stuff. Jamaica, and Jamaica really still count as us. It's a part of our Turtle Island. Really, all the islands is part of Turtle Island. So, y'all are the chosen people. Y'all are the real Isis Ra-Els people. That's why you succeed. That's why you got most of all the engineers and designers start over here. Most of the inventors, the black inventors that invented all the technology you see, were Americans. That's why they lied about Albert Perry's Y chromosome going to Africa. He was already over here. The biggest game is to steal our land. That's what it was, man. Smithsonian Institute is in on it. The United States government, the old government, the new government is different. So, because Donald Trump is what you call a coup. Donald Trump staged the coup to take over the government that was rogue and selling our country out to China and Russia. So he started a coup. So that's why they getting shot at. You gotta keep in mind, go study the African assassins and assassinations, and you'll see that most of them led up with a coup. Even Muhammad Gaddafi, a coup. Muhammad Gaddafi even took power with a coup. They call it a coup. That's their favorite term, right? So Donald Trump is a coup. to overthrow the rogue government, who were aristocrats and foreigners who were socking it to crowd and stealing our natural wealth and stealing our energy, pretty much using us as energy vampires, man. They got ran off. So if you think this, hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We're gonna be live with Chief tonight. I gotta get ready to get off because I gotta go take these boys to get them something. It says now Trump gonna make peace for 3 years, and then he gonna break all hell's gonna break loose. That's what the game plan is. But Trump is an Ashtar command. Don't get it twisted. Trump is Ashtar command, man. But he's the coup that overthrew the rogue government. That's why they've been shooting at him. Right? He's a coup. And that's why all the other people that was that's why I said if somebody asked me if you could tell Trump one message, what would you tell him? If I could tell Trump one message, what would I tell him? I tell him, get rid of your enemies while you can. And trust anybody that's working with them guys who trying to shoot at you is the enemy. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, anybody that was working with the coup that you exposing, like the Obamas, the Hillary, the Clintons, all these people, they the enemy. Because any time they waiting to get close so they can stop what's happening. But it's really inevitable. This is the thing I'm gonna tell those people that wish to try to hurt Trump. If you do Trump, somebody else gonna come. That's gonna be way more dangerous. They're gonna come out to you way more stronger than him. So you be better well settle with him. Or 7, 8 more people will pop up. That's like 7 Trumps will pop up and coming after you from different parts of the world. So it's like that type of thing. You don't mess with universal energy, getting rid of you. Ain't nothing you can do about it, but run. But you can't hide though. Well, you can run, but where you gonna hide? Ain't nowhere to hide. You could go underground, but like we said, they gonna pull those little mountains back off of you and look right down in on you. How? And you know about these things? They call bunker busters. Yeah, they go right down off in there and boom. Yeah, but these guys got something better than that. They got them called. They bunker busters. All right. They throwing about nuclear drill bombs with a drill on the front. There's time they can go right down off in there where you at. And then they go boom and blow your behind clean off into space. And on that note, we're about to get it.
Never have it been made so clear.